views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And a good Tuesday morning to you from the Parmar Stores studio. Welcome to the show. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-345-5858. That's 304-935-5008. I suddenly forgot the number after 3 years. We are brought to you in part by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill Toyota. Come check out the new Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and more. They're not just selling cars. They're creating unforgettable adventures at Thornhill. Click or come by Thornhill Toyota, WV.com, or on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 in Chapmanville. And again, we do the show from the Parmar Store studio. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. Parmar hiring for all locations, including the newest Parmar location, which will be opening soon at 37620 Coal River Road in Whitesville, West Virginia. That's in Boone County. Go to parmarstores.com/careers, parmarstores.com/careers for more information. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. Of course, the big story in the area is the gas crisis, and we're going to be joined a little bit later on in this show by Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler-Goodwin, who's going to give us an update on what is going on there. Also, a little bit later on in the show, to kind of put you in a little bit of a better mood, we're going to talk a little Christmas with Nikki Ellis, who's from a group called the Secret Santa Foundation. That's coming up. Plus, Charleston City Attorney Kevin Baker has announced that he is going to be running for one of the judge positions in Kanawha County. He's going to be stopping by the studio as well. And again, your text and phone calls are welcome. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. And the text line from Fruth is 304-935-5008. Now, we all know the story. Sadly, we don't have a lot of answers. We do know this whole thing with the gas crisis started Friday night when Mountaineer Gas's distribution system was, in effect, flooded after a West Virginia American Water Company water main break that happened on Friday. Now, that break sent water through the gas lines. It was so powerful that it ripped a hole in the main line from Mountaineer Gas from Patrick Street to pretty much Pennsylvania Avenue, and that's where we are now. Moses Skaff is with Mountaineer Gas, and he joins us now. Mr. Skaff, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning.
Thank you for being here. Now, is the account, and you heard it on hold there, the account, what happened, was that pretty accurate as far as what happened to cause all this?
Yes, sir. That's pretty much exactly accurate. On Friday afternoon, a high-pressure water line infiltrated our main line, which is main steel line, and subsequently flooded approximately 46 miles of gas line on the west side of Charleston.
Wow, that's a lot. How many people, approximately ballpark figures, sir, are being affected?
About 1,100 at this time.
Okay, so
that's residences and businesses.
And so for novices, Mr. Skaff, like myself and perhaps others who don't understand how could this happen, I'll ask the most obvious question: how could this happen?
Well, essentially, once water enters our line is a continuous main line. It's kind of like an interstate. All right, we have our main gas flowing through, and then it have branches going out through the streets into the house systems. Once we found out about it on Friday, we started looking for the issue, and subsequently found out that it was water entering our system. And by the time that the water company had shut off the gas, or shut off the water, it had completely permeated our 46 miles of gas lines.
So what is that time frame like? And again, please forgive my ignorance, but as someone once told me, you don't know what you don't know. What is that time frame like from when they made the decision to shut the water down to where you guys could try to ascertain the situation?
Well, the time frame was almost immediate on Friday. We were there on site on Friday to ascertain what the issue was. We started getting what we call no gas calls immediately, and we had crews out there. And then once the water company found out where the water was coming from, then they took the ball from there, and we really couldn't do anything at that point because the water had already gone through our system.
So, Mr. Skaff, what is the process like now? What are you folks doing right now?
Okay, it's essentially, well, first of all, let me apologize to our gas customers on the west side, and that we're doing everything as possible to provide the safe, reliable gas services back to them in an expedited manner. Mm-hmm. It's essentially a 4 or 5 stage process. The first stage, and our customers absolutely have the right to know what the process is, and we understand that they want gas back as soon as possible. Our goal is to get it to them as soon as possible in a safe manner. The first step is we have to clear what we call the main of all the water. All right. Mm-hmm. Once we purge our main line of all the water, then we have to go to what we call the service lines that go to the house. The house lines have to be purged and it has to be dry in order for us to provide the gas to the house. Then we have to go inside the house to test their house lines to make sure there's no water on the inside of their house lines and to clear the house lines. Only after those first 3 steps will we be introducing gas into their house lines, and then we will also be going in and testing their lines to make sure that the gas is held. So again, clear the main, clear the house line, clear the inside line of their houses, introduce gas into the system, okay, test the system, and only then will we be lighting them up. We urge customers, do not attempt to light up or introduce gas to your houses unless it is done by a Mountaineer Gas Company or one of its contractors.
Yeah, that's something that, you got to be a professional to know exactly what you're doing there. So, again, and we want to make sure people realize, sir, that when you talk about going into these houses, you're talking about every individual house, not a city block or whatever. You're talking literally every house.
Every single house has to be manually touched. It has to be inspected. They have to be purged, make sure there's no water in it. And it is a manual, door-to-door, labor-intensive process. And it's not like that you can flick a switch on or turn a valve on. A natural gas has to be done in a sequence and in a proper order to make sure it is safe. During this process, as we interject our gas into the system, customers may be smelling gas, all right, because we'll be purging the system of our gas as well. That will be natural, but we urge them, if they smell gas, to go to a safe place and make a call into our number or into our 1-800 number or call 911. Our 1-800 number is 1-800-834-2070. 834-2070. That's 1-800. Okay, yes, 1-800-834-2070. So, how many people do you have working on the problem at this particular time, sir? We have over 100 employees and contractors working on the problem since Friday. We've been working overnight, 24 hours a day since Friday. We will be working up till 9 or 10 o'clock. For the rest of the week. We have also called in crews from around the state, certified crews. You have to be operator qualified by the Public Service Commission in order to operate on gas lines. The Public Service Commission also is in the area working with us as well.
Now, you stated in the story, I think that the news team did with you yesterday, that in your 32 years in this business, sir, you've never seen anything like this. That's a long time, and that's saying something, sir.
Yes, the magnitude and the magnitude of the water, and through a system like this, I've been with Mountaineer Gas for 32 years, and I've never seen a situation of this nature.
So I'm presuming, sir, that you've been in constant contact. I mean, I would hope, and you've been talking with West Virginia American Water about the situation, how we can prevent something like this in the future.
We have been talking with them. Just operational issues at this time. Our main concern is getting the customers back online.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I know it's been busy. It's been a busy several days for you. Are we still holding that same timeline now that by the time we can all sort of on that side get back to normal? I mean, I've heard 7 to 10 days. Is that still a pretty accurate time? I know it's impossible to pinpoint, but is that pretty accurate? Yes,
the 7 to 10 days is when we should be fully operational in that area. customers will start seeing certain areas come on gradually. But there's an issue with that. When we bring customers on gradually, we may still find some water pockets because water moves, ebbs and flows. As you know, you get low areas, high areas, those types of things. All right.
Okay.
So we urge in which they have been. The West Side folks have been wonderful. They've been patient with us. They've come out and talked with our crews. So we appreciate their patience. But this will be at least a 7 to 10 day process. And additionally, after that's done, Mountaineer Gas will be on site. They will see us routinely doing what we call leak surveys to make sure the system is held its pressure.
So you're not just going to flip the switch and then go back home. I mean, you're going to be there on site to kind of monitor things even afterwards, as long as it takes.
Oh, absolutely. We will be there doing what we call leak inspections, going up and down the streets and making sure everything is buttoned up and safe. That's our main priority, is provide the gas services safe to the community and the residents. And unfortunately, it takes time.
Okay.
And we're going to, and time is against us because we know we want to get there before. Fortunately, we've had somewhat decent weather. We know it's cold in the evenings, but we want to get there before the cold weather sets in. And so we're doing everything possible to get the customer back on.
All right, so Mr. Skaff, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to be here. Thanks a lot, and the lines are always open for you, sir. If you need to back on for any point, all you got to do is just have your folks get in touch with us. We'll put you back on anytime.
Thank you very much for your coverage. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Again, that's Moses Skaff, who is the Vice President of Administration and Chief Admin Officer for Mountaineer Gas here on the show. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Come check out the new contractor showroom, lumber yard, and more. They deliver service and quality right to your door. Don't buy until you get a quote from General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Text says, the situation on the west side, am I the minority of thought thinking that utilities shouldn't be ran by publicly traded companies? A publicly traded company's goal isn't to invest in the product, it's to make shareholders profits. Profits from utilities should be invested back into the system, not sent to New York City to investment companies or hedge funds. Why do you think rates are always getting raised? Got to make them, shareholders, their profits. Text says, how did this happen? Meaning, why was the gas opening low enough for water to enter it and cause this issue? There are no regulations to prevent what happened. All right, we're going to take a break. Mayor Goodwin is up next from the Parmar Store Studio. We're brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
Are you ready to make every adventure awesome? Look no further than the new Thornhill Toyota. Introducing the 2023 Toyota Camry, Corolla, and RAV4. The ultimate companions for your journey. Whether it's the sleek Camry or the adventurous RAV4, we've got the perfect ride for you. And don't forget our unbeatable selection. We've got a ride for every style and budget. At the new Thornhill Toyota, we're not just selling cars, we're creating unforgettable adventures. So why wait? Visit us today and let's make every adventure awesome together. Click or come by at ThornhillToyotaWV.com or on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 Chapmanville. See Thornhill for full details.
Elevators. You take them for granted until they let you down. If you're working to maintain a stellar reputation, then let me introduce you to DC Elevator. We want to work with you to make sure your people get where they are going. What could be better than a new company coming to the area and already having 45 years of experience? DC Elevator is bringing a new culture of elevator maintenance, repairs, modernization, and installation to West Virginia. Don't leave your people hanging. For a free consultation, call DC Elevator at 304-345-7222.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas only comes once a year, so let's start spreading some holiday cheer with a Members' Choice West Virginia Christmas loan.
Now through December 22nd, you can borrow up to $1,500 with rates as low as 5% and up to 10 months to pay back.
Get everything on your Christmas list this year and apply today at 201 Ohio Avenue in Charleston or visit memberschoicewv.com.
Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional restrictions may apply.
Ho, ho, ho!
580 WCHS has unique and informative programming every weekend. Saturdays include West Virginia Outdoors with Chris Lawrence. The Appalachian Music Show Sounds Good to Me with Aristotle Jones. A fresh perspective from ABC News. The Money Pit Home Improvement. And Science Fantastic with Professor Michio Kaiku. Check out our programming guide at WCHSnetwork.com/programs every day, including Saturdays. Stay informed with the Voice of Charleston, 580 WCHS.
It is 9:22. Welcome back to the show. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by East Coast Tees and the Vinyl Frontier, new sponsor of the show. If you're a political candidate, East Coast Tees is more than just T-shirts. They can custom do embroidery on hats, shirts of all kinds. Make your campaign and your name stand out with East Coast Tees. Visit eastcoasttees.com and see what they can do for you. Well, welcome back to the show. Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin is with us. Mayor, good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, I guess I should turn your microphone on. Sorry about that.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So first, let's just start from the top. When did your office first hear of the problem on the west side?
You know, we started hearing about late Friday night. Our Director of Homeland Security Emergency Management, Chief Chad Jones, hollered at me via text saying, hey, we have this issue. We're troubleshooting with folks right now. I'll keep you posted. It should be remedied. And I'll go ahead and note something that you just said to Moses Skaff, who's been there for 32 years. Never happened before. But we have, gas outages and water outages. And normally it's a 24-72 kind of hour thing, right? It's certainly not of this mass.
7 to 10 days.
Yeah. I mean, 1,100 people for 7 to 10 days. And so on Saturday morning, literally my first phone calls and texts, we were on the phone from 7 a.m. through welcome to today, trying to do what I think municipal government's role is in this. Get everybody on the phone, figure out what the heck happened, how can we keep people safe, and how do we organize people. So yesterday, I hosted a meeting in my office with all of the players. And when I mean all of the players, not only do I mean Mountaineer Gas and West Virginia American Water, who are at the table, but Kanawha County Schools, United Way, the Red Cross, County, C.W. Sigmund. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's the king of crisis, bringing in experts in the field to say, what are we doing? How long is this going to take? And what are the resources we need to deploy? And then, working and keeping communication. You and I joke behind the scenes all the time. Communication is king, but distribution and delivery of that communication is queen, and she's actually in charge. That's what we have to do. Distribution and delivery of critical information is something that I asked of West Virginia American Water and Mountaineer Gas to turn it up. You're at a 3, you need to be at about a 20 on the level mark of communicating with customers, communicating with us as fast as you possibly can. There's a caveat to that. As fast as you can with correct information. One thing I learned, Dave, from being involved during HEOs, Hurricane Sandy's, 9/11 when we had to evacuate. I've been communications directors for governors, mayors, senators, delegates, my whole career. Is that provide information, even if it is, I don't have an update to give you right now, Dave, but I should by 3 or I should by 4. Even if you're giving folks that update, what we always know in municipal government, I did it when I ran. I walked to 11,219 houses. So I know the streets of the West Side. I know our neighborhoods. And so when we started walking door to door, because that's in my opinion, it's the only way that you can figure out what do you need. Because some of our West Side residents said, I'm at my sister's. I moved out. Okay, no problem. Yesterday, Councilmember Moore, Councilmember Farrell, myself, police, fire representatives, not only do we go to a couple of high rises, but also door to door individual homes. What a need is at this house, Dave, I can promise you is far and away different at the next house. And that's okay. No, my daughter just brought me a hot meal. I don't need anything. Okay, great. Next house. I need a heater, or I need a way to get, this, that, or other. Where do I get a hot shower? By the way, the rec centers are open 9 to 9. Hot showers, Martin Luther King, North Charleston Community Rec Center. Get you a warm place and a hot shower. No problem. We're working with United Way. You want to talk about somebody who also wears the crown, Margaret O'Neill. I don't know how many nice things I can say about her in the amount of time we have. And the Red Cross, Erica Manny. They do this well, knowing what people need and getting the right resources, because everybody wants to help, but sometimes we need to make sure what are people asking for and what do they really need. And that's what I think we do that pretty well.
I want to talk about the communication. You mentioned that you hosted people in your office yesterday from the United Way and from the different parties. What about the two companies here, West Virginia American Water and Mountaineer Gas? We just had Mr. Skaff. They actually reached out to me about coming on the show. I would welcome somebody from West Virginia American Water if they would like to come on the show to answer any questions or to make statements or whatever. They're more than welcome to.
Sure.
What has your relationship been like with them during this?
Sure. Well, our relation, we're municipal government. We have to work with and do work with and all of our utilities. That doesn't mean that sometimes we get turned around sideways and, have questions and concerns as well. Oh, by the way, these are our family and friends too. So what I expressed to them yesterday, and I think I even did it in a statement as well, but it's no secret. Just tell folks what's going on. Just be honest. Don't say we're not sure. If you know that it's going to be 7 to 10 days, by golly, let's just say it. Mm-hmm. Because I would rather get my head wrapped around, I've been a mom of two under 2. What am I going to do with them? I gotta call my work. Or if Mary C. Snow is actually going to be shut down the rest of the week, gosh, gee whiz, I'm going to call my mom. Hey, can you come and help with the babies? You've got to give people time to plan. And so I am thankful that Mountaineer Gas is doing that and sharing that information. And I suggest that, everyone continue it, including us, by the way. I will say that sometimes, even if you don't see us out there communicating or, we're not on Facebook taking photos every single second of every single day of what we're doing. We've been working on this from the jump. And working and pulling people together who do this well. That's what managing a crisis like this is all about. And then I'll just go back to, there's a reason why I'm actually wearing a name tag today.
She, just so you know, and she comes in with a name tag that said Goodwin on it on her jacket. Yeah. I was like, I know who you are. You don't really need that.
And most people, when they open up the door, and I'm very thankful, by the way, because I will say this, and I'm very proud of this. This isn't the first time I've knocked on these neighbors' doors. Right. I've been there the whole time, and not to pat myself on the back. That's what municipal government should do. We should be knocking on people's doors, not just in times of crisis. So folks know me. But if I'm going to tell folks on our west side in any part of this 33 square mile city, don't you dare open your door unless you see a badge. I better be wearing one as well. So exactly. I have my badge on. We have our information. And I'm glad you brought that up. Please don't open your door unless somebody's got people are, in these situations, there's two things that make me nervous, Dave, if I can. Don't open your door unless you know who it is. You cannot, you're not going to be rude to anybody. Mm-hmm. Your safety is first. People are there to help for sure. But make sure you ask questions. It's your right to ask these questions, number one. And then number two, the good-spirited nature of everyone. Gosh, gee whiz, passing out heaters and supplies. I was with members of our fire department. We went door to door. We were invited in to many homes yesterday, which was just so lovely. That's, by the way, that's the West Side. That's who they are. They don't allow you to stand on their front step. Come in, sit down, and get you something. So sweet, even when they're in crisis. But I'll be honest, the space heaters, they make our firefighters.
I want to talk.
They make them nervous.
I want to talk about that. And again, Mayor Goodwin is here to talk about this situation. And Mr. Skaff and I kind of alluded to it. We've got nice warm weather during the day, but again, my vehicle frosted over when I get ready to come to work this morning. It's 31, 32 degrees. The immediate response is we need to get heat to people, which is understandable. But it's got to be done in a safe way. And just handing out heaters, although well-intentioned, God bless people that are doing that, that's not always the smartest thing to do. Talk about that. So,
and God bless Larry Moore and Michael Farrell, council members who were with me yesterday, when somebody would say to me, oh, my nephew just brought me a space heater. No problem. Here's a flyer. Plug it directly to the wall, straight to the wall.
No power strips.
Do not use a power strip. Please do not use an extension cord, right? Because what you're thinking is, I like to sit in this chair, but I need an extension cord. You need help moving your chair to that plug? I promise you, as I'm sure as I'm sitting here in Dave's studio, call me, I'll move the chair for you. We got to have you closer to the heater, not the heater closer to wherever you need to be. So that's number one. Number two, we all know this, but it's worth repeating. You're bundling up with blankets and clothes, keep them away. 3 feet away is what I'm saying. They're safer, they're better manufactured right now, but a small, tiny hand grabbing onto one of those, that's a trip to the emergency room. So those are the things that we need to. So your parents, your grandparents, your sisters, your brothers, we passed out hundreds of flyers yesterday. We intend to do the same thing. We're going to go when I leave here. I'm going door to door again all night, all day, all night, and through the rest of the week, getting those individual assessments. But the real credit goes to, and I'll just give them props again, the West Side and the West Side community. They know what their neighbors need. Mm-hmm. They know what their church is hosting or what they need to host. So, 9 times out of 10, you go to a door and they say, oh, Sarah down the block already brought me XYZ. Mm-hmm. That is what I have always known about the West Side, is that this is a community unlike any other community that I have ever had the pleasure of working, and by the way, living in. I used to live, one of my very first apartments was on the West Side. They're a tight-knit community, and we're here to help. 211, let me just say that, 211, if you have a need, 211 is the best place to go. We're going to be continuing to put out information. But at that 211, what happens is when you get a central location to call in, Dave, then we can start to monitor. One of my first phone calls was with Margaret O'Neill this morning at 7:30 in the morning, is to say, what are you hearing? Mm-hmm. What are the calls that are coming in? Hot meals is one of them. Right. But it's also, how do you get non-perishable food? So if you're listening out there, non-perishable food that you can put in the microwave. Think of those little mac and cheese cups that I buy for my boys in their dorm rooms, or those pasta lunches or things. Those are things that we're collecting at the Martin Luther King Center and the North Charleston Community Rec Center. But our community just always rallies through. That's what they do, and they do best.
I want to throw this out there. Speaking of food, I understand the Charleston Police Department, in conjunction with CPAAA, is giving out free barbecue meals to those affected by the utility outages at the North Charleston Community Center, and that is happening on Thursday. And they're going to start at 10:30 a.m. This is the Charleston Police Department Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association. That's going to be at the North Charleston Community Center, and that will be Thursday starting at 10:30 a.m. Yeah, and it's from the Charleston Police Department.
10:30, and our car will have meals, some of those sandwiches packed up and ready to transport to folks who know. The good news about our churches and our community organizations, they're very good. They're very in touch with folks, and so we knew when we were going out yesterday, hey, where are some of the houses we need to hit? Where are the moms with little babies? Mm-hmm. Where are the homes with seniors? And some of our high rises as well. What do they need, and how may we assist them in this process? It is. If you're sitting in your house this morning and you got out of your warm bed and you jumped in your shower, or last night before you soaked in your tub, if I take those things away from you this morning, it's a problem. Yeah. And it is a challenge to, as one of the gentlemen said to me yesterday, walking on the West Side with Councilmember Moore, said, Amy, thank you for the hot shower at Martin Luther King. Thanks for that. We appreciate you opening up. My wife doesn't want to get all of her things and all, pack a bag and go down. It is a significant inconvenience. Mother Nature is being good to us, but it's a problem. It is a definite challenge, and we are up to the occasion to assist and to help. And I'm glad to see Mountaineer Gas doing this. And when it was really dark last night, and I have a thing at a certain time, I stop going door to door because nobody wants somebody knocking on their door when you're trying to tuck away for the night. But we saw the crews out there working, and I said this to Moses Skaff this morning. We went down, the firefighters and the police officers and I went down who were walking with me yesterday, went down to talk to some of the contractors and some of the folks who work for Mountaineer Gas. Folks, they're working hard. They're working as fast and as safely as they possibly can. I know it's loud. I know they're going to be signs, local traffic only. You have to turn around, go the other way. Be patient with them, because I promise you, they are the folks and the laborers who are really trying to get it done. They want it turned on as fast as you do, if not quicker. But there is a process. I know Mo talked about it a little bit this morning, Dave, on your show. But there's a process now to keeping you safe to make sure that happens, and they're going to do that.
And sometimes you're going to see people working in areas that look like they may not be affected. And, I mean, they could be working, 2 miles away, and you're thinking, well, why in the heck are they working down there? Because that's the way. I got a text here for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is something you can answer or not, but it says, once the crisis is over, will there be an investigation as to how this happened to begin with, and will anyone be held accountable if there was negligence? I don't know if that's necessarily a question for you.
I can't imagine that there wouldn't be.
Okay. That's kind of where I am, too.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I mean, when you hear things like this hasn't happened in 30 years, and, I've only been doing this close to 28 years, and in communications, in crisis communications, I've dealt with everything, almost everything. Not this. This is really unique and very, it's concerning. There's no question it's concerning. I am glad this isn't in February and January. I'm glad that Mother Nature. So there are a couple of things that are positives out of this. If you can see any positive about it, our great community, our weather staying semi-stable. But it's more than a challenge. Let me be clear about my statement. It's much more than a challenge. It's significant.
What do you want to say as we close, Mayor? What do you want to say to the people of Charleston and the West Side right now?
Thanks for always coming together. And those of you who don't live on the West Side, I know you have deep affection. Give in the most appropriate way, and whatever appropriate way that is for you. If it's just in your thoughts and in your prayers, fantastic. If it's by dropping a box of ready mac and cheese at one of our recreation centers, we'll take it right to them. If you know of somebody on the West Side, please give them a call. Maybe invite them into your home for the week, or share with them some hot dinners. There's apps on your phones where you can do hot dinners for families. Sign up. And the United Way, I'll just give them a plug because of that 211. If you are in the giving spirit, man, day. I call Margaret O'Neill about every other day, and Erica Manny with the Red Cross. That is the way to help us get exactly what folks need. Not what we're guessing folks need, what we think. It's exactly what we need, because we're going door to door and we're talking to these folks. We have the list of folks who are affected, and we're dealing with them one-on-one. And thank you to the Charleston community for always stepping up and always being there. In times of crisis, people say you really can judge the content of someone's character, Dave. Not on the fun day, not on the parties, not on the great, press conferences. Hey. At 7:30 at night, when somebody's struggling to get just a hot cup of tea before they go to bed, who's there? That is the content of someone's character. And these are the folks that we work with every day on the West Side. Thank you. Thank you for just being good humans. And thank you to Bream Church. Thank you, because they opened up their doors to host blankets and heaters and snacks and respite for folks. Because when we called them on Saturday, they said, yep, you bet, no problem. Let me open the door up for you. That fast. No hesitation. And that's big. That's really big. So thanks to those folks as well.
Mayor, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you, sir.
Get back at it. We'll talk again soon. And again, I'll tell you the same thing that I told Mr. Skaff. Anytime, if you need on tomorrow, the next day, whatever, all you gotta do is, just reach out. All right.
Thank you.
We're brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. Are you interested in improving your company's IT workforce? Well, did you know that Bridge Valley offers custom tailor IT training to bridge the skills gap? With Bridge Valley, you can train for little or no cost. With a 50-50 salary match, Bridge Valley can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships for more information. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
Are you ready to make every adventure awesome? Look no further than the new Thornhill Toyota. Introducing the 2023 Toyota Camry, Corolla, and RAV4. The ultimate companions for your journey. Whether it's the sleek Camry or the adventurous RAV4, we've got the perfect ride for you. And don't forget our unbeatable selection. We've got a ride for every style and budget. At the new Thornhill Toyota, we're not just selling cars, we're creating unforgettable adventures. So why wait? Visit us today and let's make every adventure awesome together. Click or come by at ThornhillToyotaWV.com or on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 Chapmanville. See Thornhill for full details.
Expecting a new addition to the family? Pew Furniture has everything you will need. We have a large selection of crib groups in multiple finishes. We offer several models of crib mattresses and bassinets as well. Add a cozy rocking chair and you will have a warm, welcoming room. We understand that comfort is essential at every stage of life. This is why we offer a wide range of lift chairs in many different sizes, colors, and options. These chairs are game changers. Whether you're looking for convenience or need due to medical necessity, these chairs will give you independence. When it comes to a good night's sleep, you deserve the best, and our Almost Heaven mattresses deliver. At Pew Furniture, we're not just a store. We've been part of the community since 1917. We take pride in helping you make your house a true home with 3 floors of showroom space. So why wait? Come visit us at 1320 Smith Street, Charleston, or at buypew.com. Pew Furniture Warehouse showrooms where it's better quality furniture at prices you want to pay. Open Monday through Saturday, 9:30 to 5.
Drive by the WVRC Media Turkey Drop, 1111 Virginia Street East, November 16th, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Biggly Piggly Wiggly. Donate frozen turkeys, drive through to give. Helping area families in need enjoy a holiday turkey.
Join us for spiritual nourishment every Sunday morning. Stay connected to your faith with community programming, inspirational music, and church services on 580 WCHS. Starting at 7, find solace and inspiration on the Voice of Charleston.
17 away from 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you by Brightway, the Mays agency of Tays Valley. Buying auto insurance can be complicated. That's why you need a local person to look out for you. At Brightway, the Mays agency, they can customize your policies with coverages you need and want. Call John and Sherry Mays, 304-814-2509, or visit brightwaymays.com. Texas Dave, I wholeheartedly agree with the last commentator. Utilities should not be run by a for-profit, publicly traded company at all. All right, I got that one. Text says, Dave, the mayor, county officials, state leaders, and the Public Service Commission have all known about these ancient, failing water mains in Charleston for a very long time. It's time to double down on replacing every one of them before another crisis becomes a regular occurrence. I want to bring in current Charleston City Attorney Kevin Baker. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being here. I know that before we get into, because you've announced that you're going to be running for one of the judge positions in Kanawha County. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Anything you want to say to the folks on the west side there?
Well, I just want everyone to know that the mayor and the city staff are working, night and day to try to help move this along as fast as possible, and we're all obviously sending our help as much as we can. All
right. Now, you announced last week, sir, that you will be running for one of the judge positions. Explain exactly which one, because these all run together after a while. So explain it to it.
Sure. So there's a lot of people out there that are, posturing to try to figure out which slot there is. Yeah. There are 8 different divisions in Kanawha County. And really, although judges have been elected from ones in the past, they don't have to necessarily run in the same division, and no one can officially pick a division until January. So I'm out here planning to run, and which division that is sort of a to-be-determined situation for me. But right now, with the fortunate passing of Judge Tabbitt, I'm going to put my name in for the appointment. I already have put my name in for the appointment for that seat. Judge Tabbitt is a legal hero of mine, and it would be an honor to get that appointment. And obviously, if I were to get that appointment, I would certainly run for that seat.
So why is this important to you? I mean, you talked about your relationship with Judge Tabbitt, but overall, why do you want to be a judge?
Well, I view a circuit court judge as the highest public service position that an attorney can have. It's the most important position. You're right there dealing with people at their most vulnerable state to try to help folks, whether they're a victim of crime, whether it's a civil case, whether it's an abuse and neglect case. All those cases that folks don't necessarily want to be in court to deal with. And so they need someone who can listen, who can distill the difficult and complicated legal concepts into clear language and communicate a clear decision to them. And I feel like I'm very equipped to do that, and I have a unique background and experience to suit me for the job.
Give us the background on Kevin Baker. We all know you as city attorney, but talk about Kevin Baker, the guy.
Sure.
Your bio.
Sure.
Let's start personal, and then we'll go to professional.
Sure. Well, personally, what I'm most involved in right now is youth soccer. I'm the president of the West Side Soccer Association. I've been coaching there for 5 years, and I have really enjoyed working with kids from all walks of life on the West Side and other parts of town that come play with us on the West Side. So that's a lot of my outside of work time for sure. And I've also been involved in other nonprofits and organizations across the city over the years that I've lived here. I've been in Charleston now for 15 years since I graduated law school. And professionally, in addition to being city attorney, before that, I worked for the West Virginia legislature, worked with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle to help write the laws that we have on the books here. And I think that sort of uniquely situates me to read the law and follow the law and make sure that as a judge I would do that, not create law. I know who creates the laws, and I'll be there to interpret them and follow them. What's the biggest challenge for holding any position on a bench in America these days? What's the biggest challenge? What's some of the things that I know you're looking forward to the challenge, but what are some of the things that maybe give you concern about the court system? Well, I think a lot of folks in this country have lost confidence in the court system. They don't necessarily feel like they're going to get a fair shake in the courts, and that's sort of a passion of mine, to make sure that everyone has access to justice. They have the ability to show up in court and know that they'll be treated fairly and listened to, and that a person will make a fair decision based on the law and the facts and not any preconceived notion that they may have or any of their own biases. So I feel confident that I'll be able to be that person, to step up, to listen, to do the work, to get there. And whether it's the drug courts, whether it's the abuse and neglect cases, whatever it is, I'm motivated to get there early, stay late, and get the work done. Talking with Kevin Baker again. So what's the campaign strategy look like? A lot of door knocking, a lot of just getting out there talking to people. What's the plan? Yeah, I'll definitely be knocking doors and talking to people. I'm sure we'll try to raise some money. I have a committee that's looking at raising money to try to put some mail together, maybe some radio ads too. We'll see what we can figure out. We like to hear that. Yes, sir. But go ahead. So that's the whole idea. Do you have a like a website or social media or anything of that nature yet? I do. The website is kevinbakerwv.com, and it's the same. I think it's just Kevin Baker for Circuit Court on Facebook. Okay. We want to remind you that the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you part by Meeks Realty Group. Discover the unrivaled expertise of Meeks Realty Group, your ultimate partners in all things real estate, whether it's your dream home or that ideal commercial space. Meeks has you covered. Contact Rich the Realtor, 304-932-7488. Let Rich and the team guide you on your real estate journey. Take a look at their listings at meeks.us. All right, I do a thing, Kevin, called the Final 30 anytime I have a political candidate on the show, and I give them 30. It's not really timed. 30 or so odd seconds to tell people why they should vote for you. So why should they vote for you for judge when the time comes? Well, for the most important part is I'm here to do the work. I'm going to be someone who, like I just said, gets there early and stays late to make sure that cases move forward, that everyone is heard, and that everyone gets a fair and thoughtful decision in their case. Whether that's something that you're in court for the first time because you're trying to adopt a child, or whether you're there for a criminal matter, or whether you're there for a very complex civil case, I will be diligently working to make sure that everyone is heard fairly and that a fair decision is rendered timely. Kevin Baker, always a pleasure to have you on the show. The first time I've ever had on I've had you on as a candidate. You've been on the show several times, but I appreciate you being here. Wish you the best of luck. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is 9:50. Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants, the only accredited commercial lab in West Virginia for asbestos and mold. Asbestos was banned in some building products, but isn't banned for all products in the U.S. Don't expose your family or workers to asbestos, mold, or lead paint. Get with Pinnacle Consultants. They offer real estate and environmental assessments for hazardous materials and air quality. Visit pinnaclecorp.net, because what you don't know can hurt you. We're back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
Are you ready to make every adventure awesome? Look no further than the new Thornhill Toyota. Introducing the 2023 Toyota Camry, Corolla, and RAV4. The ultimate companions for your journey. Whether it's the sleek Camry or the adventurous RAV4, we've got the perfect ride for you. And don't forget our unbeatable selection. We've got a ride for every style and budget. At the new Thornhill Toyota, we're not just selling cars, we're creating unforgettable adventures. So why wait? Visit us today and let's make every adventure awesome together. Click or come by at ThornhillToyotaWV.com or on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 Chapmanville. See Thornhill for full details.
Hey, it's Dave Allen for Parmar Stores, and yes, another holiday season is here. Now, you don't need me to tell you how hectic it all is with the shopping, the cooking, the decorating, family, and friends. Well, just remember, your local Parmar store is here for you during the holiday season and year-round. From gas to groceries and all the other things you need or may run out of, Parmar has you covered. We are the official convenience store of Marshall University and of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Happy holidays, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
My passion about ancestry comes from the fact that I was an only child who didn't have family. I see all my friends doing family outings and family this, and I would spend weekends just lost in ancestry. My first one that I found was Liz.
I was also an only child, and there were no big holiday gatherings where I got to know cousins or aunts. It's because of ancestry we've kind of become bi-coastal besties.
The holidays are meant to be shared with family. Start today during our holiday sale at Ancestry.com.
Hey, high school football fans, if you want to see where your team ranks every week, check out the Thornhill Auto Group Power Rankings at WVMetroNews.com. Every Sunday evening, we will update the football Power Rankings. To find out where your favorite team ranks, go to WVMetroNews.com. Click on the High School Sports tab and then High School Football Power Rankings. The 2023 Metro News Power Rankings presented by Thornhill Auto Group. The road to total savings starts with Thornhill. Visit them on the Thornhill Motor Mile.
Round 2 of the West Virginia High School Football Playoffs presented by Toyota is this weekend, and we have another doubleheader for you. Friday night, year number 14 and defending state champ Independence at Winfield. Coverage at 7 o'clock here on 580 WCHS. And then Saturday afternoon, Herbert Hoover returns to Marion County, where they'll face number 1 North Marion in a rematch from the regular season. Coverage at 3:30 Saturday afternoon. The best in high school sports on 580 WCHS, the voice of Charleston.
Seven away from Tampa Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Hudson's Pizza. This month at your favorite Hudson's, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and 10 cheese sticks, only $21.99. Visit Hudson'sPizza.com for details. Text says UGI Corporation, which purchased the gas company September 20. Well, it actually says West Virginia Gas. I don't know if they mean West Virginia American Water or they mean Mountaineer Gas. But anyway, it says which purchased West Virginia Gas in September 2021 is literally headquartered in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, according to a texter. Texter says, for me, a grown man, I don't take well to the mayor going on the radio mothering people. It's weird, but a mayor to the citizens and a mother to your children. Okay. Let me bring in Nikki Ellis from the Secret Santa Foundation. Nikki, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being flexible.
Of course.
Because I had you scheduled at one time, and I said, all right, now I got to move you here. Okay, now I got to move you here. So I just finally yesterday just said, look, just show up, and I'll get you there. What is the Secret Santa Foundation, Nikki?
Well, I'm actually from the Hale Street Center, but I am doing a charity fundraiser for the Secret Santa Foundation.
Make sure we get that right.
Right, but the Secret Santa Foundation's been around since 1984, and they serve Kanawha and Boone County, and they take donations for children up to age 12 to get presents, 3 presents Christmas morning.
Okay, so how do you get the names of the kids?
I'm not sure how. I think it's applications that go through the United Way. That's what they do. Okay. They have the United Way in charge of that, so that everybody is sure to get what they need.
Right. And how did you yourself get involved through the Hale Center? How did you get involved in all this?
I just actually chose them because I personally know what it's like, growing up, not having your parents, maybe not having a lot of money, you can't get a lot of presents or things of that nature. And I really feel like that every kid should have something to wake up to, because you hear that when you're a little kid, Santa, if you're good, you'll get this, or don't be bad, or whatever. Yeah. And so I feel like, kids who their parents can't afford to get them something, they must think that they're bad all year.
I've always wondered that. And again, I'm a non-parent, but I've always wondered that. And I remember when I was a kid, they'd always say, behave yourself. In May, parents are saying Santa Claus is watching.
Right,
you.
Exactly.
And then you do all the stuff right, and you come December,
and you don't
and there's
get
no
anything.
present. You're like, what did I do wrong?
I know, that stinks. So I just feel like that this charity does really good work, and I wanted to raise toys and money for them.
So what kind of stuff are we looking for the kids?
Well, it's got to be a new unwrapped present. They like to, the value needs to be at least $25. That's the only requirements. And the charity that I'm doing, or the fundraiser that I'm doing, is on December 8th, I am having a Christmas party at the Hale Street Center, where all the fee to get in is either a brand new toy or a cash donation of $25. And you can also get that. You can buy a ticket through Eventbrite or Facebook the same way. There's no tickets to enter the party. You can bring a toy, but if you want to, you can go online and get a ticket instead. And we're going to have a DJ, a dance party. We're going to have Christmas karaoke, and we're going to have free comedy shows at this party, and free food. So there's going to be lots to do.
What time does it start?
8 p.m.
And it starts on it's on December the 8th. Is that right?
Correct.
December the 8th at 8 p.m. So it sounds like you got a little bit of everything going on there.
We got a lot.
Even comedy.
Yeah, free comedy shows. I mean, hopefully it's going to be a really good night, and we're going to have plenty to do, and it should be super fun for everyone. And then the only thing is you have to bring something to give away to a kid in need. So I don't think that's too bad of a entry fee.
So you got a text here waiting on you. You're important.
Oh.
Says, Dave, Nikki Ellis is also a movie star in the feature film River of Hope about the funding of West Virginia State University.
I bet I know who that's from.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just get a text. So you didn't tell me you're a movie star.
I'm not a movie star. I did appear in that movie, which I was very proud of. Yes, I did. And I'm willing to bet that is the director of the movie that sent you that text.
Okay. So tell me about the film, The River of Hope. I want to know about it now.
It was the story of the founder of West Virginia State College down there in Institute. The land, she was a slave who married her owner. I guess you said they fell in love, and then he died and left her all the money. And I played one of her children, her oldest child. Yes, in the movie.
Okay, and what was that like?
It was really an interesting process. I mean, first of all, I don't envy movie makers at all. It was August. It was 100 degrees. I'm wearing period clothing. You know, it was torture, but it was also very rewarding and very fun.
Well, that's cool. I didn't mean to get all starstruck there, but when you said, I was like, wait, she's been in a movie? I mean,
I was.
They don't even let me see movies.
No, it's on Amazon Prime if you want to see. I think it's still on there.
Okay. Well, cool. All right, let's get back because we got about a minute and a half left in the show. Let's get back to this again about your event on the 8th. If people are listening to us right now and they say, hey, that sounds cool, I want to help out, what do they need to do?
Well, they can go to the Hale Street Center Facebook page, and they can purchase a ticket for the party through there, or they can go to the Secret Santa Foundation website and just make a donation through that if they just want to make a donation and don't want to come to the party, of course. And they also, Secret Santa has donation drop-off places where they can take toys.
Do they need any help for the party? I mean, because sometimes they just need bodies to help get people through the line. Is that something that they need, or do you know?
The party, I'm going to use the staff at Hale Street Center, but the Secret Santa Foundation is always looking for volunteers.
And it should be easy to find, as you said, on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you just go online, Secret Santa Foundation, United Way, go through there. They always need help at Christmas time.
Yeah, I actually, when I got the little graphic I used in the preview, I just went to your Facebook page and got it off there.
Yeah,
so,
perfect.
All right, so I appreciate you being here again. The event is going to be on December the 8th. Starts at what time?
8 p.m.
And information is available on the Hale Street Center Facebook page, and also on hopefully on the Secret Santa Foundation Facebook page as well. All right, Nikki, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot. All right, hang out with me here just one second. My thanks to all the guests this morning, including Mayor Amy Goodwin and also Moses Skaff from Mountaineer Gas and Kevin Baker. Coming up on the show tomorrow, Millie Snyder is going to be here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Holly Jolly Brawley event, and State Democratic Party Chair and Delegate Mike Pushkin, fresh off interims in Wheeling, will be on the show coming up tomorrow as well. Follow the news of the day, including the latest going on with the gas crisis in Charleston, WVMetroNews.com, and at WCHSNetwork.com as well. My producer, the A-Train, Anthony Harmon, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.